In this video, I'm going to teach you exactly how to start and scale your online coaching business from zero to 10,000 euros per month. This is a full in-depth training on the step-by-step guide on exactly how to do so. Online coaching has completely transformed my life, going from broke and working the gym floor only a few years ago to building an online coaching business by the time I was 24 that consistently generated between 25 and 30,000 euros per month. Not only has it changed my life, but has now changed many of my mentorship clients' lives as well. People like Mark and Amy, who are doing below 2K per month when they started with us consistently, to now generating 15 to 20,000 euros per month every single month and still growing. People like Charlene, who is doing below 1K per month when she started, to now, within 5 months, consistently generating over 10,000 euros per month. And our client Molly done the exact same. Even people like Steph, who was working a 9-to-5 corporate job, dreaming of having an online coaching business, dreaming of having more freedom. Within 1 month, we got her from 1K per month to 7K per month. And since she left her job, she's consistently now generating over 10,000 euros per month. This is by far my most valuable training yet. So make sure you sit down, cut out all distractions, get a notepad, get a pen, and take action on this training. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe for more valuable content like this. But let's get into it now. Okay, so who am I and why you should listen to me? My name is Darragh. I currently live in Dubai. I'm from Ireland originally, but I've built 2 multi-six-figure businesses over the last few years. One being an in-person PT company and the other being online. And I'm now running the #1 fitness business mentorship where all our clients are going from little to no income to now earning between 10 and 15,000 euros per month within a short few months. Okay, what you will learn from this training. Okay, identify and understand everything you need to know about your ideal client, because you can't build out your content strategy till you understand this. Okay, how to create a world-class offer and how to price your services. Okay, how to set up your Instagram profile for success, the exact content you need to be creating, how to use Instagram stories when it comes to stories and CTAs, call to actions. Okay, how to book and close sales calls, how to properly onboard your clients to give them amazing service, to ensure they stay long term, so your recurring revenue stays good and they stay with you beyond the original package, how to deliver great results for your clients, because of course, what's most important is the service and the results we give to our clients. That is a reputation, and reputation is the most important thing when it comes to building a business. How to re-sign your current clients into longer term packages, and then also how to get your clients to sell for you. Okay, if you take away everything I go through now in this video and everything I go through regarding all these steps, you will be in a position where you will grow an online business to 10K per month. I can guarantee that. Okay, so step 1, identifying your target audience. Okay, you need to get very clear on who you're trying to target with your content, because if you're targeting no one, it's not going to resonate with anyone. You need to be very clear on who you're trying to target and post content that's aligned with them, digging into their pain points, digging into their struggles, and providing solutions to their problems. Okay, if you're not speaking to someone, you are speaking to no one. Okay, who you serve is your mission. You need to understand everything about them, their goals, their values, their age, their gender, their challenges, their pain points, and their objections to buy, because you need to get them over the line. Okay, once we understand this, we can create our content strategy. I actually inputted into this training a free AI tool which will help you generate your own content strategy and give you a full understanding of your ideal customer. Okay, go into the Sales Content Blueprint. So click this link, answer the 2 questions, and I'll give you a full in-depth answer to your current client's pain points, their struggles, their objections, so on and so forth. And then you can ask AI to build you out a content strategy based on that person, and it'll generate you a decent start point. Okay, but it's going to give you a very, very good answer and make you very, very clear on what your ideal customer is struggling with, their pain points, the things they want to know, the objections they have, so then we can use that to create our content. Okay, so make sure you do that. It's extremely valuable and very helpful for your business. If you're not using AI in 2025, you're falling behind. Okay, now, so once you're very, very clear on who you're trying to target, we need to craft a world-class offer. make it irresistible to buy. The person should feel stupid not buying your program, okay, when you explain the offer to them. So how do we create this? By the end of your program, what will your clients have / feel if they follow the plan? Are they going to lose body fat? Are they going to finally feel confident? Are they going to have the habit to sustain those results forever? What can you guarantee? Can you guarantee they lose 20 pounds in 90 days? Can you guarantee they'll feel confident? Can you guarantee they'll never go back to old ways? Can you back that promise up and show it in your marketing? Can you share social proof of people like your ideal customer achieving that result? That's important. We need proof in the pudding, okay? The key is figuring out your big three. So examples of the big three: build muscle and learn how to train correctly, okay? That's a promise. They're going to learn to build muscle, they're going to build muscle, and they're going to learn how to train correctly, okay? Gain confidence and develop a stronger mindset. Have the knowledge to sustain your results forever after finishing the program. Lose weight and keep it off. Feel comfortable in the gym, which is obviously a big thing too, because a lot of people don't feel comfortable in the gym, okay? Still enjoy social events and not restrict your favorite foods. You can make a big three out of all these, just plenty more. So for example, an example of your big three could be you're going to build muscle, lose body fat, and develop a strong mindset. Okay, that's a great big three. And if you can back up that promise within your marketing, dig into these people's pain points who want to build muscle, who want to have a strong mindset, who want to shred some body fat, you're on a good start. Okay, so for example, my big three from my mentorship program is deliver a 5-star service for your clients so they stay long term. Okay, fill your PT diary or transition from PT to fully online coaching, earn at least 5 to 10K per month and be self-employed. That is my promise. And I can back up that promise by the results I get with my clients. And all my content is directed at these people who want to achieve these things. Okay? An example of mine in my fitness program, with my mentorship program, we have up-and-coming personal trainers / online coaches turn their passion into profit and earn between 5 and 10K per month minimum. Okay. An example of one of my fitness business, I have lads in their 20s and 30s build muscle, get shredded, and learn how to train while developing a strong mindset. So all my content was directed at those people. Okay. Other examples: helping busy men / women lose body fat, increase their energy while still eating their favorite foods. Okay, that's a great one as well. Okay. Once you identify your big three, make sure you're covering them in your content. As clients come in, deliver the service you promise. If you can't back it up, you're going to fail. So don't be giving people false hope. Whatever you're promising to deliver with your service, make sure you can back that up. Okay. When the clients start rolling in, then, by you giving an amazing service to them, okay, we can showcase them to attract more people who want to achieve the same. Okay. So as I mentioned, once you identify your target audience, we need to get very clear on what we're trying to target. We're then going to craft our offer. What can we guarantee with our program? And then once you get people into the program, give them amazing service to back up that promise, showcase it, okay, and it's going to attract more people like that person to join your program. Okay, that moves you on to step 3. Now that we know who we're trying to target within our content, we know what our service is promising, okay, in our big 3, we now need to know how to price your services. Okay, so there's a few factors that affect your pricing. Number 1 is your confidence as a coach. If you're not a confident coach, you're not going to be able to charge premium prices. Your competence and experience. If you have little to no experience, you're not competent as a coach yet, you're also not going to be able to charge as much as you think for your coaching services. The next one, of course, is demand for your services. If you're in very high demand, you have the ability to charge more. Okay? The quality of your service. If your service isn't 5 stars and it can't keep it long term, you're also not going to be able to charge a premium price for your service. And then the last one is your close rate. If you're getting people on sales calls and you're constantly getting no's, that's a sure sign that you cannot increase your prices and you may actually need to lower them or improve your sales skills. Okay, so become confident as a coach. Learn how to get results. Okay, get coached yourself. Okay, that's going to give you confidence as a coach. Okay, obviously experience comes with time, but if you're starting from zero and you're completely new to the coaching industry, you've never been coached yourself, you've never coached a client before, you're probably not going to be able to charge too much for premium price just yet. The demand for your services. Okay, if you're in very high demand, you can charge more. But if you're in very low demand and you don't have consistent leads coming in, are you going to be able to charge that much? Probably not. The quality of your service. If you're not confident in the quality of your service and you can't keep it long term, you can't charge a premium price because people just leave you after 1 month, which is not ideal. And then if your close rate's very low, as I mentioned, you're not going to be able to increase your price. But if you're constantly getting yeses, you're constantly closing people at a good rate at your current price point, that's a sure sign you can increase your prices. Okay, but starting out, what I recommend you to do is research local standard prices. Coaches around you, coaches with similar target audiences to you, who have similar experience to you, what are they charging? Okay, that's a great place to assess, see what they're charging, and base your price point on that. Assess your service level, confidence as a coach. If you're extremely confident in your ability to coach, you have great knowledge, maybe you got coached yourself before, and you know your service is top class, okay, because you've learned about it, you've studied about it, maybe you got mentored before, maybe you got coached before by a very good quality coach who you learned from, yes, then maybe you can charge some more. But charge what you feel comfortable with. Okay, there's no point charging crazy high prices if you're not comfortable with that and not confident in your service. However, you'll increase your price gradually as you deliver consistent results, you start building up your reputation, you have more demand for your services, and have a good close rate. Okay, key pricing principles. Charge based on value and results you provide. If you're providing extreme value to your clients and you're consistently getting results, of course you can charge more. Okay, it's like me with my fitness coaching business when I got a few years in, with my mentorship business now, I'm consistently delivering very, very high standard results, better than most, better than 99% of people. Okay, and also as well, the value I bring, I know my service is 5-star. I know it. Okay, I know if someone comes into my program, their life is going to change for the better. So I have no issues charging for that. Okay. Again, start your prices you feel confident with. Can't overprice if you're unsure. If you deliver great results or in high demand, you can charge more. Don't compare yourself to experienced coaches. So, for example, if you're a coach coming to the industry and you're just getting started, comparing your prices to someone like me who's been in the industry now 8 or 9 years, okay, and consistently delivering high class results and has a very good service and has a lot of social proof behind him is a bit silly. Okay, don't compare yourself to other coaches. Charge what you feel comfortable with. Charge what you feel you deserve. Okay. Now, what I would say, standard online coaching price points, £200 per month. Very entry level, very good. Okay, it's very good value for money if you deliver a good service. It's £50 per week. Okay, and I can guarantee you, people can afford that, but you need to make it worth it. Okay, can you deliver a result? Can you give a good service? Okay, can you back up your promise within your content? Adjust based on your confidence level. If you start off at that and you're consistently delivering results, you have high demand, your close rate's high, you can easily increase that price point. If you're unsure, start at £150 per month and increase as you gain confidence. Okay, confidence, experience, service, okay, close rate. If you are all ticking those boxes, then you can, of course, increase your prices. Okay, offer packages. So, for example, let's say your price point is £250 per month, but you're trying to sell upfront packages, which I'm a big fan of within the online coaching model. We can go 12 weeks for £600, 8 weeks for £400 as an example, because you want to incentivize the upfront payment. And why do you want to incentivize the upfront payment? It's going to increase cash flow in your business. Okay. And also, clients take it much more seriously when they invest upfront. They're very bought into the service because they made a big investment. Okay. The issue with charging monthly for online coaching is you can easily get a lot of clients in and a lot of clients can leave. Okay. Now, if your service is good, that should not be the case. But often some people come in, they love the idea of getting in shape. They start, they realize that maybe they don't have what it takes and they drop off. We don't want that. Okay. The key to running a good business is good recurring revenue and then good upfront payments. Okay. That's how you get to the high months, like your 10Ks as an example, because when you pitch the upfront payment, if they say no, first of all, you'll manage that objection, which I'll get onto later in the training. And then you can downsell them to a monthly rolling package, because not everyone's going to say yes to the upfront payment. So when people say yes to the upfront payment, we'll take it. If they don't, we'll downsell to a monthly rolling subscription. And that way we'll have good recurring revenue come in, okay? And then good upfront payments coming in. And that is a good business, okay? So how to set up your Instagram profile for success. So you've identified your target audience, okay? You've identified your offer. You know what you're offering people. You know your big three. You know the promise you're giving to people. The next thing is actually setting up your Instagram profile for success. So in 2025, the last few years in general, okay, There's no need for websites really, in my opinion, especially when you're starting out. You just don't need one. Of course, as you build up more cash, you build up more reputation. Of course, you can use one, or even a landing page. But the first thing and your biggest marketing tool right now is your Instagram profile. Okay, and how do you set that up for success? Okay, so here's an example of my Instagram profile. So the first thing, a good profile photo, headshot, ideally with a bright background so it stands out. People know exactly who it is when it pops up on the feed. Okay, your Instagram bio should state exactly what you do and who you help. Okay, so for example, you'll see mine, the #1 fitness business mentor in Ireland, because I truly believe that, because my results back that up. Okay, so your Instagram bio should explain exactly who you help. So for example, I help women lose 20 pounds in 90 days, increase their confidence, and give them the tools to sustain those results forever. If you do that, and that's what you're promising, have that in your bio. Okay, ensure you have highlights, okay, which shows your story, so people get to know you, see where you came from. Okay, it's a good way for you to show exactly what you've achieved, your journey, okay, which builds up authority, but also as well your client wins. Okay, so for example, you see client wins and my journey. So that's allowing people to get to know me, showing them where I started to where I am now. Okay, your hero's journey, you could call it. And then also client wins, again, more social proof of you backing up the promise you're telling them you can give within your marketing. Okay, then also as well, have your top 3 client success stories pinned to the top of your profile. So for example, we have Charlene here, who I mentioned started this training, I should say, went from €800 per month to 10K per month. Mark and Amy went from 2K to now over 15K per month. I actually must update their results. And then also Molly went from 1.8K. She actually done 12K in December, which is amazing. Okay, so again, have your top results pinned to your profile. So when someone goes onto your page, they see a good profile photo. It explains exactly who you help and what you do. And then also contains social proof of you backing up that promise. That's a magnet for your ideal customer. Okay, so make sure that's all set up. Have a verified badge. A lot of people say, oh, why do I verify myself? First of all, it makes you look more legit, makes you look more professional, but it also keeps your account safe. Okay, so have a verified badge and have consistent branding. Okay, so consistent colors. So when your content pops up, people think of you. They know it's your posts. Okay, very, very important. Then also, what I recommend is a link to a sales page or an opt-in for a free guide. Just one link. So you'll see here, I have a link to my free community, which is 5 hours worth of free trainings on how to start and grow your online business. A lot of people like to have type forms or links to book a call straight away. I much prefer giving people value. Okay, so they build up more trust in me, because the most important factor of selling someone is building up trust with them. Okay, so again, I'm going to explain that in more detail later in this training, but that is exactly how to set up your Instagram profile. Okay. Then this is the most important part of the profile. It's where leads are won or lost. So the link to your sales page, I'm going to give you an example of some of our client ones shortly. Okay, so for example here, example of our mentorship client sales page. So this is Mark and Amy sales page, which we built out for them. It actually comes included in our mentorship. Okay, so it's going to give you a quick look at that. So for example, you see their branding. Okay, it's right here. So Amy likes to target busy moms who want to get into shape of their lives with her coaching. So only for busy moms looking to get into shape of their lives. So explain exactly who it's for. You're one step away from learning you can get into shape of your life in the next 16 weeks, guaranteed. Then we have a video where she's explaining, okay, who she is, what she does, her results, so on and so forth, to build up even more trust. It's basically pre-selling them before they get in a call, okay? And then a little form to apply for her coaching. And then again, social proof, testimonials, so on and so forth. So when someone sees this, they click onto the sales page, they see exactly who it's for, okay? They get a guarantee, okay? 16 weeks, you're going to be in the shape of your life, okay? They get a video of her explaining exactly who she is, what she does to build up trust. And then there's a form here to submit an inquiry. And then also client wins again to show she can back up what she says. So we build up even more trust. Okay, so you can see the power of that. That's what we do for all of our clients in our mentorship, because we know the importance of it. Okay. Now, as well as that, we have opt-in pages. So for example, this is an opt-in page for one of our guides. I'm a massive fan of building lead magnets. Technically, what I'm doing right now, you can call a lead magnet. It's free value to build up trust so people can see the value I can bring to their business. Okay, of course, it's completely free though. Okay, but again, it's a great way to build up trust. So for example, we built out many guides at Amy. They're the ones we recycle. So we have a weight loss guide here. So they fill in their name, they fill in their email. And the important thing about this, we collate the information then and we can start email marketing to these people, and we build up trust through giving them really good value for free. Again, they're much more likely to buy. And then also include inside a postpartum guide, because obviously Amy's targeting busy mums, so that's very valuable to our ideal customer as well. So 2 guides here, but we constantly recycle different ones to continually gather leads. Okay, so very, very valuable as well. So what kind of content you should create? So here's some examples of the content I create. Okay, so all my content is directed at people who want to grow their online coaching business to 10K per month. I'm digging into their pain points, their struggles, providing solutions to their problems, because again, I can massively relate to all personal trainers or online coaches' struggles because I was once in their shoes. Okay, so I create content aligned with them. Okay, so you'll see here, this way you struggle to get clients. When someone says I need to speak to my partner, so an objection, how to manage that objection. You need to wait till next month, how to manage another rejection. When should you hire a virtual assistant? Stop getting friend zoned on sales calls. I'm constantly providing solutions to people's problems, okay? Because they're ones I've managed myself in the past. And I spent thousands upon thousands in mentorship groups becoming a better, first of all, fitness coach, but now as well, business mentor, okay? So when you're creating content, the most important part is the hook, which is the first 3 seconds. That's what's going to grab their attention. If you have a poor hook, you don't grab their attention, they're not going to watch the video and they're not going to take away the value you bring, so you're not going to build up trust, okay? What you want to do in the hook is spark curiosity and give them a reason to watch. Negative headlines work the best. For whatever reason, people are attracted to negativity. People are attracted to things that are polarizing, okay? This is going to pull people into the video, and people are attracted to negative headlines, as I said there. Words like stop, steal, the worst, avoid, mistakes are all great ones to use. So many coaches make content like 3 tips to lose body fat. That doesn't work anymore. What you want to do is something like stop doing this if you want to lose body fat, because people are like, wow, what do I need to stop if I want to lose body fat? Okay, because they're attracted to negativity. When you're creating content then, okay, ensure you change up the scene every 1.5 to 3 seconds to keep people's attention, because unfortunately, these days, with the amount of time people spend on social media and things like TikTok, Instagram, all the short form content, their attention span is very low. So we need to keep changing up the scene to keep their attention. Ensure your cover photo of the reel explains exactly what the video was about. So you'll see here, my cover photos all explain what the video is about. This is why you struggle to get clients. So I'm obviously explaining why people struggle to get clients. When someone says I need to speak to my partner, I'm explaining how to manage that objection. When someone says I need to wait till next month, okay, I'm explaining how to manage that objection. Stop getting friend zoned. Stop getting friend zoned in sales calls. So all my cover photos explain exactly what the video is about. Client results are also extremely important, but you need to make sure they're presented well. I swear to God, if I see one more online coach or personal trainer post a before and after picture of their client on Pixelage where it's edited terribly, the angle's poor, one zoomed in, one zoomed out, there's a big white line in the middle, I'm going to lose my mind. Because how you present your transformations is extremely important. What I recommend doing is obviously make sure they're even, have your branding on it, make sure it's presented very well, but also a great thing to do to draw even more attention is have the before and after weight written on the video testimonials, okay, or on the before and after pictures. That's a great thing to use. So for example, when you see my results, you see they started at 2K, now they're at 12K. Wow, that's amazing, you know? So make sure when you're posting your client results, they're presented really well, they're nice and even, they have your branding, okay, and they also have the before weight and starting weight of what the client has achieved, okay? There's an app called Instagram Layout, which allows you to edit your before and after pictures in a very nice, professional way. Okay, also you can use Canva as well, which is brilliant too. Okay, then as well, make sure you have good quality images, ensure they're even, use Layout app to edit, branding on it, as I mentioned there. My general recommendation for content is nothing less than 4 to 5 educational reels per week. We're providing solutions to people's problems, digging into their pain points, digging into their struggles. Okay, and then also we can have one day, which is solely focused on client results. If you have no client results yet, share your own journey. And then one day, which is more personal, which you'll see here. Me out in the desert, enjoying life, just to show people that I'm not just a coach and I don't work all day, even though I basically do. But again, that I do have a life outside of it, because again, that brings relatability and also likability, okay, which is very important. But main gist of your content should be educational, providing solutions to your ideal customers' problems, showcasing results, and then also some more personal things as well to show people that you are a person also, because at the end of the day, people do buy from people, okay? Now, types of content I recommend. Reels where you can plug your lead magnet. So for example, You could create a reel around fat loss, and then at the end of that reel, say DM me fat loss for a free video on where I break exactly down how to lose body fat. Okay, a free fat loss guide. Or if you create a video on how to build muscle, DM me the word muscle, and I'll send you over an exact training I used with my client to get him from this to this. Okay, so reels where you can plug your free resources, so fat loss guides, muscle building guides, recipe books, so on and so forth. So if you make a video around fat loss, having a guide built about fat loss is very, very powerful, because at the end, if you say DM me fat loss to receive your free guide, first of all, it's going to create conversations with people when you send the free guides, but also you can collect their emails, start email marketing with them, and also build up trust with that person when they get that free training, and we can have regular follow-ups with them to see how they're getting on with that free training, eventually get them on a call, and eventually get them as a client, because they have so much trust built up with them. Nutrition style videos, if you're an online fitness coach, are always going to work well, where you use props. Okay, so recipes. Okay, and if you're making a nutrition video where you're saying avoid this or stop doing this, use props. So nutrition style videos, food comparisons, calories, food swaps, all work very, very well as an online fitness coach. Workout carousels as well, if you're in good shape, okay, work very, very well, which in my opinion, all online coaches should be in good shape. Now, do you have to be huge and jacked or completely shredded? Absolutely not. But if you're a fat loss coach, you should be in decent shape and you shouldn't be overweight. Let's say if you're a muscle building coach, or probably even build muscle, you should have some muscle built yourself. Okay, that should be self-explanatory in my opinion. Then weekly roundups, as I showed here. Okay, that's just like weekly roundups, so showing what I've done for the week. Again, just shows people that I'm not just a coach, I also have a life. Increases relatability and likability as well. Okay, so again, 4 to 5 educational reels per week, one day which is solely focused on client results, and then one day where it's more personal. If you don't have results, as I mentioned, showcase your own journey to build up authority that way. Okay, exercise tutorials also work very well. Stop doing your X like this, start doing like this. So when creating exercise tutorials, what I like to do, which increases engagement, is show you doing the exercise run and what most people do, so it grabs their attention. So stop doing your lateral raises like this, show you butchering the exercise, start doing it like this, show you doing it correctly. Okay, very, very good as well. So you'll see here, I used to do a lot of them when I ran my fitness coaching business. Okay, and then as well, how to use Instagram, CTA strategy and clients. So I made a video on outreach, how to start conversations with people to get them booked on a sales call. So DM me their outreach, I'll send you over a full training on exactly how to message people and get them booked in for calls. Okay, so again, a CTA strategy. Now, with call to actions in general, here's a strategy I like to use. CTAs, as mentioned, are a great way to get new clients into your business, to start conversations. Okay, we have 2 types of call to actions, and I recommend using one. So both of these every single week within your business. 2, as I said, get inquiries in and also start conversations. So we have an indirect call to action. This is when we are starting conversations / promoting to get interest. So for example, an indirect call to action would be, I just created a free fat loss guide designed to help you lose body fat, gain confidence in time for summer, DM me fat loss to receive it. People will DM me fat loss, we can start conversations with them, we can send them a guide, gather their emails, start email marketing them, and schedule regular follow-ups with them to get them booked in for a call. So that's an indirect call to action. Okay, another good indirect call to action is sharing polls in your stories. You've probably seen fitness coaches share polls in your stories before. What's your biggest struggle at the moment? Nutrition, training, or mindset? Okay, anybody who engaged in that poll, we'll then send them a message. So for example, hey Mary, just seen your vote in my poll that you're struggling with nutrition at the moment. May I ask what your current goal is? Hey Darragh, my goal is to lose 20 pounds. Brilliant, Mary. May I ask, what do you struggle with when trying to lose those 20 pounds? Oh, it's my nutrition. I just don't know what to eat. I don't know how many calories to eat. Completely understand, Mary. I've had clients in a very similar position before. They started with me. If I was to ask you, if you feel you have a proper strategy with your nutrition, do you think you'd get to your goal of losing 20 pounds, Darragh? Said Mary. Yes, Darragh, I completely would. Perfect, Mary. Do you think it'd be helpful for us to arrange a free consultation call with myself where we'll discuss a strategy we can input for your nutrition to help you lose those 20 pounds that you want? That sounds amazing, Darragh. Perfect, Mary. Here's the link to book a call. She books in for a call. Then we conduct a sales call and get her over the line as a client. I'm going to explain exactly how to conduct a sales call shortly. Okay, so that'll be an example of the indirect call to action and how you can get clients booked in for calls through it. A direct call to action is when you're putting it out there and asking for clients. I recommend doing this on a Monday. So for example, okay, I'm looking for 3 men who are looking to achieve X, Y, and Z in this time frame. DM me X to apply. So for example, We could share a client result in our story. Let's say you are working with lads who want to build muscle. We could share, let's say, our client Dylan's muscle building transformation. Incredible work, my client Dylan. I'm looking for 3 individuals who want to build muscle, shred body fat, and gain confidence in the next 90 days. DM me the word confidence to apply for a spot. Okay, so that's a direct call to action, which work very well as well, especially when you share some social proof backing up that promise too. If you don't have an example of a client transformation yet, because you're getting started, showcase your own transformation. Okay. Important note when doing call to actions. Okay, this is very important. Have no stories up beforehand so you get as many views and engagement as possible. Okay, so when you're doing your call to actions, if you have stories up that day, delete the ones previous, share that story with the call to action, and have no stories up beforehand or for 12 hours afterwards. So that story gets as many views as possible, because the more views we get, likely the more inquiries we will get. Again, as well, never use links. Okay, Instagram is after changing. It used to be all say, click the link in my bio or click this link to apply for coaching. Instagram's goal these days is to keep people on the app for as long as they possibly can. So instead of saying click the link or whatever it may be, say DM me the word X to apply, or DM me the word shredded to apply, or something along those lines. So encourage people to DM you or click a sticker rather than click a link, because again, Instagram's goal is keeping people on the app as long as they possibly can. Okay, so if you're taking people away from the app, they're not going to push your story to the algorithm. Okay. My recommendation then is do 1 direct call to action every single week and 1 indirect. So for example, your direct call to action, we're saying I'm looking for 3 people who want to achieve X, Y, and Z in the next 90 days. They have another X to apply. I recommend that on Mondays. And then an indirect call to action, either sharing a free resource or a poll to start conversations on Thursdays. So you're breaking them up. Okay. By the way, if you want an editor like mine, just DM me on IG and I'll connect you. It costs only €25 per reel. So again, the quality of your content is extremely important. So if you need an editor is actually very cheap. So if you want my editor, let me know. DM me on Instagram, okay, and I'll send you the contact details for my editor, and he'll edit your videos, because again, editing is very important, and I get a lot of compliments around my editing, and I actually found him, okay, through Instagram myself. And again, he works with me now. So if you do want him, let me know. Okay, so then, okay, so now that we know, okay, about what kind of content we should be creating, so on and so forth, okay, how much we should be creating, etc. Now we want to talk about a weekly content schedule. So Monday, client results, a result or a testimonial video with direct call to action. So you could say our client result in your story, let's say before and after picture, chat through what they're like before they started with you, what you've done with them, how has life improved since they started work with you, and then do a direct call to action. If you're looking to achieve results like my client John did, DM me the word goals to apply for a spot, or whatever it may be. Okay, so client win or client result on a Monday. If you don't have a client result yet, share your own journey. Tuesdays could be tips / a value-based post, so it could be nutrition tips, whatever it may be. Wednesday then could be an exercise tutorial. Stop doing exercise like this, start doing like this, whatever exercise it may be. You'll never run out of ideas with exercises. Thursdays could be a tip / value-based post with a plug for your guide, so we could create a video around fat loss and plug our fat loss guide at the end of it, start conversations. Friday then, a value-based post on training or nutrition or mindset, whatever it may be, just make sure it's aligned with your ideal customer, or even an update on your own journey for authority if you want to break it up. Saturday then, social proof, a transformation or a client testimonial with a call to action. Then Sunday, something more personal, a weekly roundup, or just a picture of you out social with your friends, your family, you with your girlfriend, whatever it may be, again, to showcase that you actually have a life outside coaching, which is very important in my opinion. Okay, so now that we covered what kind of content to create, your content schedule, set up your profile for success, so on and so forth. The next thing we need to talk about is Instagram stories, which is massively neglected in my opinion. Instagram stories are very, very valuable for building up trust, starting conversations, getting clients over the line, etc. So you'll see examples here about last week of my Instagram stories. Okay, so basically what I'm doing is documenting my day-to-day life, just vlog / share your day-to-day life. So me training, what I eat, okay? Make them feel like they're part of your world. What's Darragh doing today? What's he training? What's he eating? What's he doing with his day-to-day life? Now, a lot of people think, oh, my life's boring. Why would I share it? You'd be amazed. People love watching Instagram stories and love getting to know you as a person. So make sure you're documenting your day-to-day life, just vlogs / share what you do each day. Okay, what you're training, what you're eating, behind the scenes of your business, whatever it may be. Okay, make them feel like they're part of your world, like I said. Okay. Even share interest of your coaching, your interests, and your hobbies. Share your opinion as well. If you have an opinion on something, speak it. Okay, because again, people really resonate with your opinion too. And they really buy into if you have similar opinions to them. Okay, Instagram stories, what not to do. Only talk about fitness. Okay, again, yes, it's important to talk about fitness, but you also want to show different interests, different hobbies as well to allow people to get to know you outside of fitness too. Only do call to actions if you're constantly trying to sell. Okay, it doesn't go down well. Okay, of course, call to actions are important, but not constantly. As I mentioned, I recommend 2 per week, a direct and an indirect. Your direct call to action on Mondays, your indirect on Thursdays. Not posting any stories is obviously a huge mistake as well. When you post stories, you stay front and center of people's mind, so make sure you're active on them. Reshare every tag you get. Now, a lot of coaches, right? Now, it's not as to worry if you don't have loads of clients tagging you, but if you're, let's say if you have a lot of clients that are constantly tagging you in stories and you constantly reshare it, that massively drops your views. So there's no need to reshare every tag you get. Okay, your clients won't be offended by it. Okay. Always remember, people buy into people. Use your stories to build trust. Okay. Document your day-to-day life. Show you as a person, what you eat, what you train, and also sharing client wins. So for example, you see here, this is an example of our client Molly, who last year in total, she earned €27,000 in the whole year. Since she started with us about 5 months ago, she's earned €75,000, which is crazy. Okay, so again, it's also a great place to showcase more social proof. You're not going to showcase social proof every day, but even WhatsApp messages, screenshots of client check-ins, whatever it may be, to show again, you can back up the promise you were saying you can give to people. Okay, so Instagram stories checklist, 5 to 6 stories per day. Okay, minimum, in my opinion. 70-80% should be about you and your day. Use tools for engagement, stickers / polls, because again, the more people are engaging with your stories, the more Instagram will push it to the algorithm and the more views you'll get. 10 to 20% then should be all about coaching and business. Okay, and be authentic and ask yourself, would you watch your stories? But again, you may feel like you're boring. You may feel like, oh, who's going to watch my day-to-day life? But again, I guarantee there's people who you follow on Instagram who you watch their day-to-day lives, even if it's the most boring thing of what they eat, what they train, whatever it may be, you like it. Okay, so again, people like yours too, so make sure you do it. Okay, so that's Instagram stories. So now that we covered all the ins and outs of Instagram, what content to create, stories, how to set up your profile, call to actions, everything like that, the next thing, which is also massively important, is of course how to book sales calls. If you're getting sales calls booked and you're not making sales, unfortunately, you're not making money. People have a very poor relationship with sales, but they're the lifeline of your business. If you're not closing deals, making offers, you're not going to be in business long. Okay, and that's just the reality of it. So how to book sales calls through your DMs. So your goal is to, so as you start creating content, you're going to start sending messages to people, and I'm going to explain how to do that now in a second. Your goal is to find out what their goals are, get to what they are struggling with / finding challenging, okay? And to note, I have scripts here for you, but all messages should be edited and worded in a way that you feel fit your personality and your brand language. These are obviously ones that I use in my coaching business, the ones I get to my clients, but we'd always word them in how they'd speak, so it's authentic to them. Okay, so for example, message to send to people who are already in your followers / engaged with your page. So the method I like to follow is the ACA method, okay, which is acknowledge, compliment, and ask. Acknowledge where you found them, give them a personalized compliment, and ask them a genuine question. So for example, if someone likes your post, hey John, seeing you like my post around whatever the topic was, give them a personalized comment. So look on their page, let's say they train in a certain gym, seeing you train in Max Life Gym, love the intensity, or whatever the gym name is, okay? Then ask them a genuine question. How long have you been training for? Or even how are you? Okay, you can adjust this based on the success rate of your messages. So acknowledge where you found them, give them a personalized compliment, and ask them a genuine question. And always send in 3 separate messages. That massively increases the open rate. So send message 1, then send message 2, then send message 3. So example, hey John, found you my followers, seeing you've just followed me, or in my story viewers decided my post, saw you train in X gym, love the intensity, how long have you been training for? Now, an important note, it doesn't have to be something gym related. It could be, hey Mary, seeing you like my post around fat loss, seeing you on holidays recently in Spain with your family, looked amazing, how was it? We're just sparking a conversation, okay? For people who like your post, hey, first name, appreciate the support my latest post about whatever the topic was. How's everything been going for you? Again, just opening up a conversation, okay? Because again, if someone's liking your post around fat loss, muscle building, whatever the topic is, they're probably directly they're probably directly interested in that topic. So someone likes a post around fat loss, they probably want to lose some body fat. So you starting a conversation with them could spark them to get in a call with you, and you get them signed up as a client. Okay, for example, then if you start having conversations with people and let's say the conversation dies down, you don't manage to get them booked in for a call. Follow-ups. There's a lot of money made in follow-ups. That's how I make the most money in my coaching business. It's often not the first conversation I have with them. It could be a conversation a month later. So for example, if I had a conversation with someone, okay, after them liking my post, and let's say the conversation died down, we didn't get them on a call, they weren't interested right now, I send my message again in a couple of weeks' time saying, hey, whatever the name is, just checking and see how everything's going since we last spoke. Are you still working towards X goal? So for example, if I found out that person wanted to lose some body fat and let's say they weren't interested in the call right now, I'd follow up in a couple of weeks' time saying, hey, John, just checking to see how everything's going since we last spoke. Are you still working towards building some muscle? Okay. So for example, this is also word in the language I'd use. Hey bro, said I checked to see how everything's going since we last spoke. Are you still trying to lose some body fat? Just a simple message like that, because again, that person could say, oh, I'm going to try it myself, or let's say they're not interested in coaching right now. Then a month goes by, they still haven't made any progress. So you sparking a conversation again could very much likely get them booked in for a call and get them signed up as a client. So make sure you are scheduling regular follow-ups with people. Where you'll make the most money is follow-ups from your DMs. Okay. Example for people like a result on your page. Hey name, appreciate the support my clients, whatever client's name was, transformation. Is this something you've ever considered doing for yourself? Okay. So for example, hey John, appreciate the support my client Mary's transformation. Is this something you've ever considered yourself? Yeah, Darragh, I've really considered this before, but I really struggle to lose weight, whatever it may be. May I ask, John, what do you seem to struggle with when trying to lose weight? Oh, it's my nutrition. Completely understand. A lot of my clients had similar struggles when they started with me. Do you think it'd be helpful for us to arrange a call? We'll chat through a strategy for you that we can put in place with your nutrition to get to your goal of losing 20 pounds by summer, whatever it may be. Okay. For new followers, hey name, appreciate you following my page. Add in a personalized compliment based on what you see on their page. How's everything going for you? Hey Mike, appreciate the follow, seeing you run your own business, fair play. How's everything going for you? Okay, so we're just starting the conversation. Then once you start the conversation, the mission is to find out their goal, find out their struggle, and then get them on a call. Okay, and then once you do that consistently, you'll have a lot of calls booked in. And if you're good at sales, then, which I'm going to teach you about in a second, you will make a lot of money as an online fitness coach. Okay. In terms of booking people in for calls, then set up Calendly. Okay, so people can book in via link. So when someone agrees to get on a call with you, you send them a Calendly link where they'll book in. Okay, they'll pick a time that suits them. Okay, sign up for Zoom. In my opinion, all your sales calls should be done by Zoom. It builds up a lot more trust. Okay, people get to know you better and are much more likely to buy. Phone call, yes, you can do it. Yes, you can technically sell through the DMs, but again, Zoom is much better. And even in my opinion, since I started using Zoom a few years ago, I close a lot more clients, so make sure you do that. And there's also a great tool called Fathom. It's a software where it'll record all your clients' calls so you can review them. So for example, it'll automatically join the Zoom call when you download the software onto your MacBook or whatever computer you have. It'll record, it'll give you notes so you can see what went well, what didn't go so well, or even send the recording to the client afterwards so they can see exactly what went on the call. Okay? So how to close and sales calls. So that's actually how to get calls booked in from your content. So when you're creating content, okay, there's no point creating content if you're not getting calls booked. So when someone likes your post, make sure you're reaching out to them. You're reaching out to your followers. You're reaching out to your story viewers. You're reaching out to your story engagers, so on and so forth. So many coaches have a bad relationship with this thing. It's desperate and it's salesy. It's not at all. If you truly believe in your service and truly believe you can change someone's life, you're doing your audience a service by not reaching out to them. Anybody who tells me they won't do DM outreach, in my opinion, just means they're not confident in their service. Okay? And again, you're not going to go very far as a coach. You'll make a lot of money through DM outreach when you do it the right way. Okay, so that's DM outreach. That's how you get called. So that's exactly how to get calls booked in through your content with DM outreach. Okay, now what I taught you there is absolutely pointless if we don't know how to close sales calls. I'm getting loads of calls booked in if we can't get this client over the line and know how to conduct a sales call to make them buy from you. Okay, so how to close sales calls, as mentioned, everything I covered so far will mean nothing unless you know how to sell. But lucky for you, I'm going to give you everything you need to know, okay, to do so. Here's what we're going to cover, and I will even share that sales calls recording. So I have a sales call recording of a closer of mine who closed a very high ticket fitness program. So you can watch through that to see exactly how he conducted the sales call. Okay, I'm going to cover how to get them to show up. Most importantly, because again, if they don't show up, we're not going to close them. Okay. Sales rules to follow that have allowed me to close 7 figures since 2023. how to conduct the entire call, how to handle every single objection you will face, because most coaches, when they get an objection, they don't challenge the person. And challenging the person isn't pushing them or being too salesy. It's getting them to realize that what they're saying is only holding them back. They're coming with excuses in their own head. Okay. And then how to take the payment and start onboarding them. Okay. So when you watch through this, the next few minutes, you're going to know exactly how to do all those things so you close clients effortlessly. Okay, so there's a recording here for my business partner Aaron's fitness business, so you can watch through that. And that's a very experienced closer closing a very high ticket program, so make sure to watch through that as well. But I'm going to explain exactly step by step on how to conduct it. So the first thing we're going to do is how to get them to show up. Okay, so when you have a client book in through your Calendly link or however they book in, message them to check them that they got the email to confirm. So you've Calendly set up the right way. The client who books in should get an email saying their call is X date with a link to join the call. So message them after they tell you book in, ask them to get the email confirmation. So that's step one. On the day of the call, then message them, say you're looking forward to the call and you're going to go over X, Y, and Z, and if there are any issues, let you know. Okay, so you're going to send them a message the day before the call, on the day of the call, saying, hey, John, really looking forward to our call later. We're going to go over X, Y, and Z. So we're going to go over your number one goal, your biggest struggle, and if all goes well, we're going to chat through how my coaching works. If there are any issues with the link, please do let me know, or if you need to reschedule, whatever it may be. Okay. Then as well on Calendly, you can use Calendly to send an SMS and email reminders to them before the call. So they're constantly getting reminded of the call, because you'd be surprised, a lot of people do forget. So you don't have reminders set up, very often they will not call. So make sure you've Calendly set up to send them email reminders, SMS reminders, and also send them an Instagram message or wherever you booked them, wherever you got the call booked in from, to remind them of the call the day before, okay? Or in the morning of that call, to make sure they do show up, okay? If the show up rate is still low after doing that, start sending them personalized videos, okay, or voice messages instead of just messaging them for the call along with other value you have. So in the video, say something like, hey, Naim, really looking forward to our call today. We're going over your number one goal, your biggest struggle. I'm going to share an exact strategy I feel will guarantee will get you to your goal and set whatever goal is, okay, and speak later. Okay, so if you have Calendly set up the right way, they're getting email reminders, they're getting SMS reminders, and you're sending them a reminder on the day of the call, but the show up rate's still low, try sending them a personalized video. The reason this works well is when you go through the extra effort to send them a video and they watch that video, they'll almost feel obligated to show up, okay? So again, Calendly, email reminders, SMS reminders, and a reminder on the call through a text should be enough. But if it's not, start sending people videos to make sure they do show up to call. A personalized video, just take out your phone, okay, record a video saying, hey, John, really looking forward to our call today. We're going to go over your number one goal, your biggest struggle. I'm going to share a strategy I feel will guarantee you get to your goal. Speak later, okay? And that should guarantee they show up to the call once they're actually interested, okay? And if they book to the call, they should be interested, okay? Now, sales rules that you must follow that have allowed me to close 7 figures since 2023. Gain authority and trust at the start of the call, which I'll explain exactly how to do in a second. Sell on results and emotions, not features. So many coaches butcher sales calls by talking through the apps they use, the software they use, so on and so forth. That's just boring the client. The client doesn't care. All the client cares about is, can Darragh, or whatever your name is, get me from point A to point B and get me the result that I want. Don't speak too much. They should be speaking 80% of the time, okay? If you're speaking too much, you're probably going to features mode or talking about software, so on and so forth. So make sure they are speaking majority of the call. A general rule I follow is 80% of the time, and Fallon will actually tell you this, okay? Look the part. Always dress well. Don't come in slouched over wearing a vest and not looking professional. Look the part. Ask the right questions. Bring good energy, and always take the payment on the call, or at the very least take a deposit if they're interested in your coaching. I've lost times of the amount of people, and I'm sure some people can relate who are watching this, who a client was on a call with them or said they were going to sign up, and the next thing you know, they go, so you don't hear from them. Always take the payment on the call and capitalize on the motivation they have on the call after going through everything with them, okay? Be prepared going in, do research, and follow a pre-call routine. So for example, if I see someone booked in a call for me, and I have their Instagram handle, I look at their Instagram, see what kind of person they are, okay, and they'll also on Calendly as well fill out a few pre-qualifications, like their goal, their struggle, okay, and please share anything they want to go through on the call, so on and so forth. So I'm very prepared going on to the call. You'll be amazed the difference even 20 minutes of preparation before a call will give you in terms of how you close the client and in terms of your close rate in general. Now, How to conduct the entire call. Okay, so this is exactly how you do a call. So the first mistake a lot of coaches make when doing a sales call is they spend way too long breaking the ice, talking about the weather, talking about this, talking about that. The client doesn't care, you don't care, so stop wasting time doing it. Okay. The key at the start of a call is building up trust and authority. So a frame I like to follow is say, hey X, so I managed to get on a call with you. I don't know if it's because we are getting closer to Christmas or let's say closer to summer, but I have been back to back with calls all day. So again, that's a lot of authority. When you're busy, people look at you as a professional, okay, and you gain a lot more authority. I think I'm down to a couple of slots for this week, and if you for next week, do you mind if we jump straight in? Okay, so you see there, building up a lot of authority straight away. As I said here, this gives you authority and control of the conversation. Okay, then in general, questions to find out are, okay, on this call, you're going to explain where you're having to call. On this sales, we're going to cover things about your goals, your current situation, your struggles or your roadblocks. We're going to make a game plan to get you started today if all is a good fit. So once you go over the frame here, okay, you say this or something along those lines, you're going to say on this call today, we're going to have your current goals, your current situation, your biggest struggles, and then we're going to make a game plan to get you started today if all is a good fit. Okay, so things you want to discover, what's the main goal? Why is this goal important to you? And you really want to dig deep here. This is where you get them over the line. Okay. Take notes of their pain points on triggers. So, for example, if you have, let's say, a busy mother on a call or a busy dad or whatever it may be, and he's like, I want to be in shape. Why do you want to be in shape? Is it to set a good example for your kids? Okay. Is it to improve your longevity so you're around to see your grandkids? Okay. Is it to gain more respect in your workplace? Whatever it may be. Dig deep on that. Okay. Find out why the goal isn't so important to them. Okay, that's the most important question to ask. What challenges in life do you have that are stopping you from getting to where you want to be? Okay, so what's stopping them right now? Okay, how is not looking or feeling the way you want held you back in life? Their relationships, their work, their life, their family life. Because I guarantee you, if they're not happy with the way they look, it's affecting other areas of life. Or if they're happy with the way they feel, it's affecting other areas of life with their confidence, so on and so forth. So make sure they open up about that. The more you can get the prospect to open up, the much more likely you are to close them. And why is that a challenge? Tell me more. Get them to expand on that. Okay, because the more they open up, as I said, the more likely they are to buy. Also, as well, a good thing, find out about their family, their wife and kids. You need to know their name. Ask them if they have a spouse. Is that spouse healthy? Do they cook in the house or do they eat out? Use this as opportunity to ask, confirm if their spouse also wants them to be in shape and have their back. And the reason we do that is because one of the most common objections you will face is, I need to speak to my partner. But if we squash that towards the start of the call and get them to tell us that their wife also wants to be in shape or their husband also wants to be in shape and they're in agreement they need to make a change, that's going to squash that objection. So they're not going to use that one. Okay. This, as I said, is start taking away the spousal objection. Okay. And then ask them, if you're speaking in 6 months from now, what kind of results would you want to see for yourself and how you want to feel? So we're basically confirming exactly what they want to achieve. But if you didn't do this change with me in 6 months, how do you think you would look and feel within yourself? So how worse the situation going to get? This is going to encourage them to take action right now. And again, it's going to squash the objection of, I will start when. Okay. How important is this change to your life right now from 1 to 10? It's going to create urgency because if you say 10, they're obviously very urgent. Okay. So again, it's a very good question to ask. If it falls below 7, call them out on it and say, I didn't think this is for you because I've never had someone say less than 7. Okay. So they'd be like, oh no, it's actually more important to me, whatever it may be. So get them to rate their urgency scale from 1 to 10. Okay. Usually it should be fairly high, but it's very low. Okay. Say, I don't think this is for you because I've never had someone say less than 7. Okay. Because they're obviously not serious about making a change. Okay. Roadblocks, what stop you from getting there on your own? They need to understand that they need our help. So what's stopping you from getting on your own? Okay. Whatever they say, make sure that we explain to them that our coaching is going to solve that problem. What have you tried before? Okay. Have they tried coaching before? Have they ever tried it on their own? Again, making them realize that they need our help. Have you ever worked with a coach? If they say yes, then ask how it was and why didn't it work, etc. And basically explain that that's not going to be the case in our program. Okay, whatever they say didn't work with the last coach, explain to them that in our program, we're going to make sure all these things are covered and that you are going to get the result that you want. Okay? Then, as you go through all that, you're simply going to go into the program details. Keep it simple. Don't just talk and talk. Use information, confirmation. For example, if you don't talk about the accountability that you provide, stop and ask them how they feel. They would benefit from that. Okay? Remember, yes or no answers. You need to dig deep into the second and third level questions. Okay? So Basically, go over what you discovered, their pain points, get them to agree with what you are saying, show them what you do is going to specifically help them resolve this fixing or introduce X, Y, and Z. Ask them again, are they ready to get going? Okay, so basically, you're going to go over exactly what you went to the call. So, John, your number one goal is to lose 20 pounds by summer because you want to set a good example for your kids. You're currently struggling with X, Y, and Z, okay? And you're very, very urgent and you know you need to make a change now, okay? So that's you basically reiterating what you went through in the call so they have a full understanding of the situation they're in and how urgent they are to make a change, okay? Okay, so from there then, ask them, are they ready to get going? So based on all that, John, are you ready to get going? Do you want to know more about the program details? They're going to say yes. Okay, then with pricing. Perfect, John. To work with me, it's 6 months commitment and the price for 6 months is €1,200. Okay, so for example, perfect, John, delighted you're interested in getting started. The price to work with me is €1,200 for 6 months. Then say nothing. Okay, don't say anything after that. If you pitch more than one price point at once, the process will be confused. They need to process the pricing. They need to process it themselves, okay? If they object, so they say, oh, it's a bit of my price range, okay, you can slowly do credible jobs like splitting payments all the way down to monthlies, okay? So for example, first of all, we'd manage the objection, which we're going to go through in a second. But for example, if they genuinely cannot afford 6 month upfront payment, doesn't mean we lose the sale. Say, for example, I don't usually do this, John, but what we can do is split the payment up into two. We can do $650 down month one and $650 down month two. And if they're still hesitant at that, then go monthly for €250 per month as an example, or adjust to whatever your pricing is. Okay. The reason we always want to incentivize upfront payment, as I mentioned at the start of this call, is because first of all, it leads to more committed clients and increases cash flow. And again, not everybody will go up for upfront payment. So we can always downsell to monthly. And then we have good recurring revenue and good upfront payments coming in. So that's a good business. Okay. But again, when you are downselling, okay, we also want to incentivize the upfront payment. So whenever you downsell, it should be made slightly more expensive than your upfront cost. So for example, the upfront payment for 6 months works out to be $1,200. When we downsell to a split payment, it works out to be $1,300 because $650 month one, $650 month two. And then if we go monthly, it's $250 per month, which works out to be $1,500 over 6 months. So when you do drops, the drops should also be made slightly more expensive than your upfront cost because you want to incentivize the upfront payment to lock them in long term, get more cash in on the call, and guarantee they stick with it for the 6 months. Okay, so that's exactly how to conduct a sales call. So make sure you study over this. You'll be sent this document. So make sure you study over this and take that into the next sales call. I guarantee you'll close much more than you are right now. Okay. Now, obviously, when you do sales calls, you're going to a lot of objections. Well, not a lot. There's a few you need to know to handle. The first one is financial. We need to handle financial objection. Okay. The next one then is time. A lot of people don't know the time, so you need to manage that objection. The next one is I'll start when. Okay. And belief as well, and also the spousal one, of course. Okay, so for example, the way we manage a financial objection. So let's say someone says, you pitch your upfront payment, you go through the sales call, they say, I just can't afford that. Okay, so as I said here, when you pitch your upfront payment, firstly, always make sure they feel like they are getting some sort of offer. When you get it in the sales call framework and ask them, do they feel like this is what they need to get to X goal? And they say yes, simply say, perfect, looking forward to getting you started. So the price to work with myself for 6 months is usually €1,500. However, I like to reward people who take action on the call, as in my experience, they're always the ones who have the most success. If you sign up now on the call, you receive the plans for $1,300 rather than $1,200. So they feel like they're getting a reward for signing up now on the call, which is going to incentivize them to buy now on the call. If you do a good job of following the sales call framework, they'll more than likely say yes to this. Okay. However, if they object, okay, and they say money is the issue, simply ask them if this program guaranteed them they would get to X goal, would they consider it worth it? And would they consider the investment worth it? Okay. When they say yes, simply offer them a money back guarantee. Well, lucky for you, if you follow my plan and you don't achieve the exact result we promise, then I'll give you 100% of your money back. So there's no risk around. You'll either achieve your exact goal or you'll get all of your money back. So there's no risk for you. Okay, so again, that's a great way to get them over the line with financial objection. However, if they're still objecting to finances, simply say, I don't usually do this. However, I don't want finances to be the only reason you don't get started and finally achieve, insert whatever their goal is, as it seems like it's very important to you. How about we do this? We could split payments into two. You pay $650 now, $650 next month. This you can get started on your goals without as big of an investment at the start. Okay, so by you saying, I don't usually do this, it's making them feel like you really want them in the program. Okay, and also feel that they're getting rewarded. Okay, if still out of the price range, as mentioned, then just downsell to a monthly rolling package. Okay, $250 per month. Okay, so that's exactly how you manage a financial objection. So if they say they can't afford it, simply first, okay, offer them a money back guarantee, but also make sure you give them an on the call offer, okay, to make them feel like they're getting an offer on the call, because then they're more likely to sign up. However, if they object, simply ask them the question if they got to their exact goal, would they consider worth it? When they say yes, offer a money back guarantee. If still an issue, do a split payment, and if that's still an issue, then do a monthly rolling subscription. Okay, and then you'll get most people over the line. Okay, partner. So when someone says I need to speak to my partner, first of all, as mentioned on the call, when we ask, do they have kids, do they have a partner, that should squash that objection to start, so you shouldn't really get it after you do that. Okay. However, to still say at the end of the call, after pitching the price, simply ask them the question, may I ask what your partner wouldn't approve of? Okay. They will then tell you the real objection. So they're going to tell you what their partner will object to based on what you went through. Okay. 9 times out of 10, it's going to be financial. Okay. They need to run the finances by their partner. In that case, simply manage it like you would handle all financial objections. Okay. So ask them what their partner would approve of. Most time the price they owe us the finances, run the finances by it. Then just manage like you would any other financial objection. Okay. Up here. Okay. When someone says they don't have time, this is a very easy one to manage, in my opinion. If a prospect says they don't feel they would have the time to prioritize the program, simply ask them the question, do they want this change to be long lasting? Okay, when they say yes, simply explain that if so, they'll need how to learn how to manage it in their busy times. If they don't, it's always going to presume that when busy times come up again, they'll get out of shape again. Also explain how your program is designed with time-efficient approach, and give an example of a client who had a hectic schedule like them, or someone who's in a similar position to them with their schedule, and achieved incredible results in your program. Okay, so first of all, you're asking the question, do they want it to be long-lasting? When they say yes, you're explaining to learn how to manage it in their busy times, because if they don't, it's also presume when busy times come up again, they're going to slip back into old habits and get out of shape again. Then also share social proof of a client you have who's achieved similar results, to what the ones that they want, who altered a similar schedule to them. Again, it's going to create belief in them that they can do it too. Okay, so that's how to manage the time objection. When someone says, I'll start when, so they're not urging me starting right now. If someone says this, simply ask them why they feel they need to wait till X day to get started. It'll more than likely be of time or having other or financial. If it is time, having other commitments, simply manage like you would the time objection I went through above. Okay. While also mentioning plan B tailor and social cases so we can still enjoy them and make great progress. Share example of a client again in your program who got great results while still enjoying social occasions / other commitments. So if they say, oh, I have loads of things coming up, I have a wedding, I have holidays, I have this, I have that, explain how your program be made to factor in these social events and still achieve great results, and showcase an example of a client who's achieved similar results to them, okay, while managing social occasions. Okay, you didn't just speak about it. You need to have a client who's achieved that. Okay, you just speak about it, give an example from the top of your head. Okay, and as I mentioned, if it's financial, manage like you would all financial objections, but also mention the above, that we will still make great progress while also managing these commitments, and mention that the longer they leave it, the harder it will be to get to X goal. Okay, so explaining that to them as well. The longer you leave it, the worse the situation is going to get, and the harder it's going to become to achieve the goal we're trying to achieve, whatever their goal is. Okay, if still adamant they still want to wait till whatever it is, at the very least, secure a deposit and book a follow-up call for anyone to get started to take the full payment and the onboarding process. Okay. Then the last one you need to know how to manage is belief. Oh, I don't think this will work for me, or I've tried and failed in the past, whatever it may be. If this is the objection, then the client has a belief issue. Speak about a client who's in a similar situation to them and also had the same worries, but achieved amazing results while also offering a money back guarantee to take the risk away for them. So if they say, oh, I was with a coach before, it didn't work for me, or I don't think I'd be able to do it, okay, simply speak about a client who is in a similar situation to them, who achieved amazing results, and then also offer money back guarantee to take the risk away for them. So if you don't get the results that I promise and that we set out, I will send you 100% of your money back. So there's no risk your end. Again, that's going to more than likely get them over the line. So just knowing how to manage these few objections will get most clients over the line, and you're going to close a lot more deals. Okay, so now we've been through how to conduct a sales call, how to structure it, and also how to manage all objections you will face. The next thing we discuss is how to take the payment on the call. As I mentioned in the sales rules, this is massively important in my opinion, because again, yes, a lot of people tell you, yeah, I'll sign up, but then they get off the call, they speak to someone who maybe doesn't agree with it, or maybe thinks they don't need it, or maybe switches their mindset on it. Okay, and next thing you know, they ghost you and you don't hear back. Okay, so we want to capitalize on their emotion and their motivation on the call and get them over the line there and then. So when they agree to sign up, we need to take the call right there and then. So after you say the price point and they agree to it, you're going to simply say, cool. So what happens next is we can plug through the payment right now. And what you're going to do from there is send them a payment link into the Zoom chat box. Okay, say, I've just sent you a payment link across there. If you could sort that out now, there and then on the call, I'm going to walk you through the next steps. They'll say, perfect. They'll sort it out there and then. So next, I'm going to send you over a questionnaire to fill out. Okay. Once I receive that questionnaire back, I'll have you fully set up with your program within 48 hours. And then you'll be sent a personalized video of me explaining everything. Sounds brilliant, Darragh. Perfect, John. Really looking forward to work with you. Get that questionnaire back to me and I'll be fully set up in 48 hours. Let's smash our goals. Speak to you soon. Call's done. Okay. So once you run through the sales call, okay, it's finished. You state the price point. They agree to it. They say yes. Run through these 5 bullet points here. And next thing you know, you got the payment there and then, and you have a new client signed up. Okay, so make sure you take the payment on the call. So say, cool. So what happened next is we plug through the payment now, send me a payment link into the Zoom chat box. Okay, say, I just sent you over a payment link. If you could sort out that now, I'll run you through the onboarding process. Then once they tell you it's sorted out, simply say, perfect, payment received. Next thing I'm going to do is send you over a questionnaire. They get sent a questionnaire, explain that you'd be, once they get that back to you, they'll be fully set up in 48 hours and receive a personalized video of you explaining everything through the program, their check-in days, so on and so forth, and we'll be good to go. Okay, so that's sales. Okay, and again, as I said, if you can learn off those scripts in terms of the sales call framework, the structure, how to manage objections and start taking payments on the calls, you'll make a lot more money. Okay, so now obviously, once you start posting content, which you're getting clients in, the next thing is actually coaching your clients. Okay, and again, I recommend using a software for this. It's a lot more professional. It's a lot more easy for the client to use. It's a lot easier for you to track everything, and it's a lot more professional in general. Okay, don't be using WhatsApp. Of course you can, but again, we all have a professional service, so I recommend using a software like Kahunas. Kahunas is brilliant. Okay, you can make your nutrition plans on that, your training plans on that. They can track their weight accurately on that. Has MyFitnessPal built in. So again, it's a brilliant software to use, and also has built-in exercise libraries. You don't have one built out yourself yet. So Kahunas is a software I recommend to actually coach your clients. And I have videos attached here and set your clients up. So how to set your clients up on Kahunas, and a video as well for you to send all your clients on exactly how to use the Kahunas app when you're onboarding them. Okay, so Kahunas software I recommend. 2 videos here explains how to get your clients set up on Kahunas, and also a video of you to send to your clients which explains for them how to use the Kahunas app. Okay, so then obviously as well, once we have the client set up, we need to set client expectations. Okay, so managing and setting expectations is essential, okay, to a great relationship with your client. It starts in the sales call where you outline the next steps and how long the onboarding takes. Never give them false hope on the sales call. Be honest with them about the timeline. Okay, if they say to you a crazy goal like I want to lose 50 kilo in the next 4 months, explain to them that's not realistic and give them a realistic goal to focus on. Do not give them false hope to get sale over the line, because next thing you know, they'll get into the program, they're not achieving the results they want, and then they're going to leave, and also it's not going to do your reputation any good. So never give them false hope. It's only going to come back to bite you and harm your reputation. Okay. If they sign up to a longer term plan, 16 plus weeks, I'd recommend putting them on a monthly rolling subscription unless they tell you before they'd like to continue. So for example, if you sign them up for a 16-week package or a 6-month package, whatever it may be, they should automatically be put onto a monthly rolling subscription after that package ends, unless they tell you otherwise that they want to stop. Okay, but make sure they're made aware of this and a cancellation policy you have. So for example, we have a 30-day cancellation policy. This should be explained in your privacy disclaimer. If you need help setting this up, send me DM me on Instagram as well, and I'll explain to you how to get this set up. Okay, but make sure as well, when they sign up to a longer term package, they're automatically put onto a monthly rolling subscription afterwards, because again, that's good for your recurring revenue, but make sure they're made aware of this in your terms and conditions when you get them signed up. Okay, so that's how you set client expectations. How to onboard your clients. Okay, so this again is vitally important to get the coaching off to the right foot, give a good service, keep them long term, and have a good relationship with the client from the start. So the onboarding process, as I said here, is essential for retaining a client and getting good results. So with our mentorship, when someone signs up, within a couple of days, we'll have their strategy built out, and we'll jump on an onboarding call with them, explaining everything of what we need them to focus on to start growing their business. But for example, for an online coach like yourself watching this, Once they make the payment, as I said, you explain to them that they'll receive their plans within 48 hours and they're on board in video, etc. It should take no longer than that. So within 48 hours, they should receive a video of you walking them through their training plan, the nutrition plan, the app, their check-in day, so on and so forth. And the goal is to make it as simple and efficient as possible. An overcomplicated onboarding process leads to an unhappy, confused client. When a client signs up, they should receive a welcome email or message, okay, containing an intake form, which would be less than 10 questions, and keep it simple. We don't want to bombard them with information. Only ask the questions you need to know. Foods you like, foods you dislike, medical conditions, injuries, okay? Do you smoke? Do you drink alcohol? So on and so forth. Again, if you want to have a questionnaire, okay, that I use in my coaching business, simply DM me on Instagram and I'll send it over to you. And there should also be a link to join your community, whether it's a Facebook group or WhatsApp group. I'm a massive believer in having a community for your clients, because again, it massively increases retention, because a client who feels part of a supportive community is a client who stays long term, okay? Then also a video outlining exactly what you expect from them and they can expect from you within your program, obviously in your onboarding video. And once you receive the form, start creating their plans. And again, as I said, I don't like a client waiting too long for the programs, nothing more than 48 hours, in my opinion. Of course, you're not going to do a copy and paste job, but again, it should not take you more than 48 hours to onboard a client unless they agree to a later start date. Okay, so that's exactly how you onboard a client. Make sure to take note of all of that. Okay, and as I said, should only take 1 to 2 days max, then send them an in-depth video explaining everything to them. Okay, then, so once you onboard a client, the next step is obviously doing their client check-ins, which is of course important for the success of that client, okay, because check-ins allow you to track your client's progress and build a relationship. From the start, you will set the client's short-term, medium-term, and long-term goals. So for example, in this first 4 weeks, we're going to set out to do this, okay? Once you finish those 4 weeks, we're going to go on to this. And then the final 4 weeks, then we're going to this. So for example, you should have a roadmap built out for your client. So for example, if you have a client going through, let's say, a weight loss transformation, okay, and let's say it's 16 weeks long, we'll say the first 4 weeks is all about building good habits, set us up for success. We're then going to a moderate calorie deficit, okay, to strip off the majority of the body fat. And then once we strip off all the unwanted body fat, we're going to do a 4-week reverse diet to set you up to sustain your transformation long term. So they should be set short term, medium term, and long term goals, and have a customized roadmap built out for them, so they know exactly what to expect from each part of the coaching process. Because a client who's second guessing what's to come is a confused client and a client who leaves. Okay, assign them a specific day to check in every week. Okay, explain to them how to check in. So they check in by creating a form of Kunis and sending weekly photos on the Kunis app. Respond to your client's check-ins in nothing more than 24 hours with a detailed Loom video. So I'm recording a Loom video now. So once you receive your client check-in, you should have recorded a Loom video of you on the app, going through everything they fill in the check-in form, then outlining the plan for the coming week. Okay? Don't be checking every day as it's not necessary, and you have other tasks. So for example, if you have 20 clients, don't scatter those check-ins all across the week. So for example, if you have 20 clients, you do 10 check-ins on a Monday, 10 check-ins on a Tuesday. So you can then focus the other days on your sales, on your marketing, on tasks that are actually growing your business. Okay? It's not necessary. Okay? As I said, do 2 designated check-in days up until you go past 30 clients, then evenly divide. So for example, if you have 30 clients, you can still do 15 check-ins on a Monday, 15 check-ins on a Tuesday, then the rest of the week is free for you to do sales calls, do your social media, do your marketing, do your outbound messaging, so on and so forth. Okay? Things that are actually going to grow the business. Okay? But then once you have over 50 clients, I actually do recommend hiring a coach. That's something I learned from my first mentor. So you can focus on the sales and content, because you sat on the desk all day doing check-ins isn't growing your business. Yes, you're giving a great service is important. But again, if you're sat behind the desk all day doing check-ins, it's not going to allow you to do sales calls as much as you should, not allow you to do as much marketing as you should, which are tasks that are actually going to grow the business, allow you to continually scale your business. Okay? So as I said, up until you have 30 clients, do them over 2 days. Once you go beyond 30 clients, then you can do it over 3 days. But then once you go past 50 clients, as I said, I'd actually recommend hiring a coach. Okay. And again, that's something we cover in detail with our mentorship clients. Okay. For check-ins, then, in general, your job is to motivate, inspire, educate, and provide solutions. If a client isn't adhering and not seeing results, don't just criticize them. That's the worst thing you could do. Tell them what they need to hear, but also solve any issues they're having, and always highlight the positives in the check-ins to keep the client motivated. So for example, let's say a client didn't stick to his nutrition plan, didn't stick to his training plan properly, and he had good sleep. Say, we've done a brilliant job with sleep this week, so let's keep that going. However, we didn't do the best job with your nutrition and your training. is there anything I can do to make it easier for your nutrition and training? Or is it just a matter of we had a tough week and we weren't as motivated? Then if they say that, simply motivate them. But if they say, oh, I'm really finding it hard to find the time to prep my nutrition, try finding an approach that's going to be easier for them to do so. Or if the training is too much for them, maybe strip back the days of training or the volume of that training. Okay. Again, it's our job as coaches to provide solutions to people's problems and get them to their goal no matter what the situation. Okay. So that's how to conduct the client check-in. Okay, then obviously we want to make sure we're getting extremely good results with the client, because again, that's going to be happy clients who stay long-term, but also going to build our reputation as a coach, I should say. How to get your clients to get results. Okay. Obviously, adherence. Adherence is the most important factor for getting a client training plan. It needs to be realistic and enjoyable and to stick to. Okay. Don't coach your clients how you coach yourself or how you train yourself. Coach them how they need to be coached. We must tailor the plan to each specific person as best we can. For example, the number of days they can train, how long they can train for. Okay. If they can only train 2 to 3 days per week, give them a full body program. They don't need to train 5 days per week. They don't need to follow a push, pull, leg split that you follow. Okay. If it's a busy person who can only train 2 to 3 days per week and wants to lose weight, that's enough. Okay. Alongside managing nutrition, of course. If they can train 4 days per week, you can have upper lower splits, so upper lower rest, upper lower. And then if it's for 5 days, upper lower rest, upper lower delts and irons, for example, if you have a lad who want to build muscle, or push, pull, legs, rest, push, pull. Okay. But always tailor the plan to the amount of days a client can train and make it realistic for them based on their schedule. Okay. And then also as well, make sure it's tailored to the equipment they have access to. There's no point putting in equipment they don't have access to because they're like, wow, this isn't tailored to me at all. When the client's being set up, they should be asked a question what gym they're training from, okay, or even send you a video or a list of equipment they have access to, so you can really tailor it to them, okay? And then also make sure they actually like the exercise they assign. So in your questionnaire, you should ask, is there any exercise you dislike or don't feel comfortable with, or cause you discomfort, for example? If they say deadlifts in that questionnaire and you throw in deadlifts, they're not going to be happy. They're going to realize that the program wasn't tailored to them. So make sure you also ask that question, and also make sure they actually like the exercise they're doing, and make sure it's based on their level of experience. If you're training a beginner client, don't be throwing in crazy complex exercises. Okay? Do easy to do exercises that don't require a lot of skill. Okay? And then we can slowly start to progress them to more complex exercises as time goes on, and they actually get familiar with how to train correctly, so on and so forth. As I said, don't coach them on how you train, but how they need to be coached. Okay. Correct their techniques. Have an exercise library. So in Kahunas, there's actually a built-in one. There's a video for all exercises. But again, I actually do recommend getting your own built out whenever you have the time. And also encourage them to send you over videos of them performing each exercise. You can analyze the technique to make sure everything's being done correctly to avoid injury. And so we can slowly start to progress the exercises they are doing. Okay. As I said here, encourage them to send you videos on each exercise for your feedback. Okay. Then there's a lot of things around progression and regression here. So regression is reducing the exercise to an easier state. So for example, if you get a client, don't give them a barbell squat, give them a dumbbell squat. Get them familiar with how to do a squat correctly first. Then we can progress to a barbell. Okay. Progression then is increasing the exercise to a more advanced method. So once you get comfortable with a dumbbell squat, then we can progress to a box squat. Then we can progress to a barbell squat. Okay. A normal barbell squat. Okay. So again, always tailor the plan and tailor the exercise you give to a client based on the level of experience, and you can slowly progress from there. Okay. Intensity is basically means the load or effort based on how hard they're training. The level of intensity depends on the experience level of the client. If they're a beginner, tell them to leave 2 reps in the tank rather than going all out to failure, because they don't need to train all out to failure at the start. And again, if you have a client who's going in training all out to failure at the start, they're going to be absolutely battered and probably be able to train properly again for another 2 weeks. Okay. So again, when a client's beginning, tell them a rough RPE, so train to a roughly an 8 out of 10. So you have 2 reps left, okay? And you could probably conduct 2 good quality reps by the time you finish, okay? Ask them how hard it feels out of 10. If they say an 8, that is bang on, as I mentioned there. If a client has been training for a few years, okay, and they want to build muscle, for example, tell them the importance of training to failure, okay? And by training to failure, I don't mean telling them to train till their technique goes to shit and they're all over the place. What training to failure actually means in the correct way is mechanical failure, which basically means performing your set you cannot perform another good quality rep. Your last rep when you're training to failure should be a massive struggle. So if you have any client who's advanced or been training a few years or wants to build muscle, they should be training to failure. But by failure, I mean till the point they can't perform another good quality rep. Okay? Then sets and reps. For rep range, I recommend staying in the 6 to 12 rep range for safety and efficiency. For 1 to 5 rep ranges, beginners run risk of injury. So if you're telling a beginner to train in the 1 to 5 rep range, they're training very heavy. First of all, they're going to have the technique to do so, and they're going to run risk of an injury, and there's no need for them to train in the low rep range like that. Okay, so 6 to 12, it's very safe, it's very efficient. Okay, for isolations then, that's for compound lifts, 6 to 12 rep range. For isolations then, we can work in the higher rep range, 8 to 15, as there is less risk. Okay, and then for sets, I recommend doing 2 to 3 sets, I should say, for each exercise. Okay, the aim is to get 10 sets per muscle group across the week. So make sure they're doing 10 sets for the chest, 10 sets for the quads, 10 sets for the glutes, 10 sets for the hamstrings, so on and so forth, to make sure each muscle is being hit effectively. So for compound lifts, for clients, 6 to 12 rep range is very safe and efficient. Once they get to 12 reps of the weight they're using, simply tell them to increase the weight. For isolations, things like your lateral raises, your bicep curls, your tricep push downs, your leg extensions, your hamstring curls, you can work at a higher rep range like 15. Okay, because again, they're not as taxing on the body. They don't require as much skill. Okay, so again, we can work on higher rep ranges with them. And as I said, the aim is to get 10 sets per muscle group across the week. Okay, spread throughout their plan. Okay, then a lot about nutrition, exactly how to work out your clients' macros. So again, there's no real way to work out clients' macros, the exact calories they need to lose body fat, unless it's trial and error. What we can use is calorie calculators to give us an average, okay, and give us a rough guesstimate of what their maintenance is. So basically, I recommend using caloriecalculator.net. Okay, you're going to type in their age, height, weight, gender, and activity level. We'll then put them on those calories for a period of 2 weeks. So you'll work out their maintenance calories, put them there for 2 weeks, because then if their weight stays roughly the same, we know that's their maintenance calories. And if they want to lose weight, we put them, let's say, 300 calories below that, or if they want to build muscle, maybe 200 to 300 calories above that, so we can start working towards a goal. We need to first identify their maintenance calories. So whatever calorie calculator the net gives you, put them on those calories for roughly 2 weeks, see what the weight does. If it stays roughly the same, we know we're bang on, and we can put them slightly below that if you want to lose body fat, or slightly above that if they want to build muscle. And then, of course, once progress stalls, if they want to lose weight, we'd slowly either decrease their calories or increase their activity, or if they want to build muscle, slowly increase their calories. Okay? So again, that's all written down here. So if you want to lose weight, put them in a deficit, let's say between 300 and 500. 300 for a more moderate approach, 500 if it's a bit more aggressive. Okay, but again, if it's a beginner client, I'd go more moderate, so they're actually set up to succeed long term. If it's more advanced client, so let's say I came to someone I wanted to shred body fat, because I have such experience with tracking my calories, with my nutrition, with my training, I could get a way more aggressive approach, because I have the habits built up to get back to normal after that. But again, some people don't, so you need to make it more sustainable for them. Okay. Again, depending on how fast you want to lose the body fat, 0.5 to 1.5% body fat loss per week. So 0.5 to 1.5% of their body weight per week is what you're aiming to lose. If they're building muscle, start with 200 calorie surplus and slowly increase as their weight begins to stall. Okay, that's a typo. So as weight begins to stall. So, okay. And again, aim for about 0.5 to 1.5% per month rather than per week, because again, building muscle is a slower process than losing body fat, and any more than that rate of gain could lead to too much body fat going on. And again, you don't want that. Okay. The goal in trying to build muscle is always stay as lean as possible while doing so. Okay. As I said here, the rate will be much lower to build muscle. It's longer term. They need to be committing for a minimum of 4 to 6 months to see actual good returns. For fat loss is much quicker, depending on the client. 8 to 16 weeks is usually enough. Now, obviously, if you have a client who's working to lose a lot of weight, it'll take more than 16 weeks. But then after that, you'd actually do scheduled diet breaks. So, for example, if I have a client who wants to lose a lot of weight, I'll do a 16-week dieting phase with them. I'll schedule in maybe a 2-week diet break. I go for another maybe 8 to 12 weeks, another diet break, so on and so forth. So that's very important when you have a client working towards long-term fat loss goals, because again, we can't have them a diet year round. We'd have scheduled diet breaks where we put them back to maintenance, okay, to get them back feeling fresh, back feeling energetic again, and actually in a good position to keep going with the fat loss, okay? Then nutrition manipulation for fat loss. Ensure to give them foods that are high volume protein and fiber, meats, veg, fruits, so on and so forth. Ensure they have a high protein intake. A good guideline is 2 grams per kilo of body weight. Okay, it helps reduce your appetite. Okay, let's keep them full. So for example, if you have a client who's 80 kilo, 160 grams of protein would be perfect. Okay. Intermittent fasting then as well can be very helpful for fat loss. Again, there's no magic to it. It just makes it hard to go over your calories if you have a shorter eating window. But again, it doesn't work for everyone, because sometimes people's hunger gets out of control, they end up binging. So depending on the client, intermittent fasting can work well, okay? But all it does give them a shorter eating window. There's no magic to it. It's not the fasting that makes them lose weight. It's the fact of staying in a calorie deficit, okay? Then nutrition manipulation for muscle gain. So basically, to manipulate nutrition for muscle gain, consume higher calorie foods that aren't filling, cereals, oils, higher fat meats, so on and so forth. If a client struggles to get all the calories in, only use liquid calories if the client is struggling with appetite. So for example, if you have a client on, I don't know, let's say 3,500 calories and they're like, oh, I can't eat any more food, you can utilize liquid calories, carb powders, juices, high calorie shakes, smoothies, so on and so forth. When building muscle or even losing body fat, foods that are easy to digest is key. Okay, because again, if a client has bad digestion, they're feeling very bloated, very lethargic, their appetite's not going to be good. Okay, they're not going to get the calories in needed. So make sure you're putting in foods that are easy to digest, your cereals, your rices, your honeys, your jams, your fruits, so on and so forth. So foods that are easy to digest. But all clients are different. In their client check-in, they should be asked how the digestion is. And if they say the digestion is bad, we'll get to identify what foods causing digestive issues, what meal is, and maybe manipulate that meal to find a meal that digests better with them. Okay. And if a client experiences digestive issues with a certain food or a certain meal, take that out of their plan and put in a different one. Okay, that does digest better with them. Okay. Macronutrient requirements: protein 1 gram to 1.5 gram per pound of body weight, or 2 grams per kilo. Okay. Again, it's perfectly fine. This should be the first priority when designing a meal plan after you work out the calories. Okay, so you work out the calories, you work out the protein, because again, in terms of body composition changes, number one is calories, because you're not going to lose weight or gain weight if you're not in a calorie deficit or calorie surplus. Then protein after that, because you're not going to build muscle, okay, or maintain muscle within a fat loss phase or muscle building phase without proper protein. So the first thing you work out is calories, the next thing is protein. Then you work out their fats. Okay, so 0.5 to 1 gram per kilo body weight is perfectly fine. You don't want to go too high with fats because they don't aid performance in any way. So if someone's trying to lose body fat, you also want to maintain muscle while losing body fat. So performance is very important. If you go too high with fats, it's going to make you go low with carbs, and carbs are our main fuel source while you train. So 0.5 to 1 gram per kilo body weight. So for example, if they're 80 kilos in body weight, between 40 and 80 grams of fat is going to be perfectly fine, depending on their food preferences. If they like fatty foods, you go more towards the higher end. If they're not bothered about that, you go more towards the lower end. Okay. Fats don't aid performance. So again, we want carbs and protein to be the priority when trying to build muscle. Okay. For performance, 3 to 6 grams per kilo of body weight. For fat loss, total calories minus protein calories minus fat calories by 4 equals the carb level. So again, once you work out the calories the client's supposed to be on, you work out the protein target, you work out the carb target, you'd add the calories from the protein, the calories from the protein and the calories from the fats, you'd add them together, and then you'd minus that from their total calorie intake, divide that by 4, and then that'll give you your carb intake. Okay? So that's exactly the fundamentals of the training and nutrition for your clients. Okay, because obviously we want to make sure we get them the best results and coach them correctly. So make sure to go through all that and take notes and all that. Then how to resign your clients, because again, your current clients are a great tool to make more money, but also when you have a relationship built up with a client, you give them a good service, they will stay with you long term. The general lifeline for my clients, like most of my clients, my coach clients would stay with me for a minimum of 12 to 18 months, just because again, they got an amazing service, they got good results. But I also as well done a very good job of re-signing and reselling them. Okay, it's made me a lot of money with my coaching. Okay, as I said here, one of the biggest reasons coaches struggle to get results is they don't achieve buy-in from the client. Buy-in, to put it simply, means trust. Trust in you, your expertise, and your ability to help them achieve a result. If you don't get buy-in early from the client, they will not adhere properly to what you have to say and not achieve a good result. So how do we create client buy-in? Achieving some level of result within the first 2 weeks. Okay. Again, this doesn't have to be like a crazy transformation, like dropping loads of weight. It could be improving their sleep, improving their digestion, and really hone in on that. And we see success of that in the first 2 weeks. Make sure you explain to them, wow, this is amazing. Or it's really improving your sleep. This is going to massively help your goal of losing body fat or building muscle. So hone in on that. Make sure you achieve some level of result within the first 2 weeks. Okay. Also, make sure you're there for the client. Showcase that they're getting extreme value for what they paid for. High quality check-ins, fast response times, detailed onboarding. Give them exactly what you promised. Touching base them throughout the week to make sure they feel like you actually are supporting them. Again, that's massively important. Show that you really care about them by helping them get to their desired outcome. They did not buy a program from us. They bought the accountability, because again, anybody can go onto YouTube, find a training plan. They could probably learn about the nutrition, but again, what they need is accountability, the motivation and support. Someone to guide, teach them, and be there for them. So make sure you're always there for your clients. As I said, regular touch points throughout the week, give them detailed check-in responses, and just being with them every step of the way to guarantee you get the client result. Also, a big thing in my opinion, which I feel can be neglected in the industry these days, is be your client superhero. Carry yourself like a true professional. Hold yourself to a high standard with your own physique. Because again, if you're a coach for lads who want to build muscle or for people who want to lose body fat, you should be living proof of that. You should have the habits that you're teaching them yourself. Your training, your nutrition, the time you wake up. Okay, so make sure you're showcasing that you are doing exactly what you're setting them out to do. Because in my opinion, unless you've done it yourself or are currently doing it yourself, you're not in a position to teach someone. Because again, when they're struggling, okay, with motivation, how can you motivate them when you haven't done it yourself? So make sure you're practicing what you preach, showcasing that so your clients look up to you and you're their superhero. Again, that's going to massively increase buy-in from the client. Okay, so that's very important. Again, that's going to make sure the client gets off to a good start. They stick to the plan, they have trust in you, and get the results that we want them to get. Okay, then how to keep your clients long-term. The first step in retaining clients and keeping them long-term is creating buy-in, like I mentioned above. However, there are also some very important things we need to do to ensure it. Okay, having a clear roadmap in place. So when a client signs up with you and you onboard them, you should explain exactly to them what each stage of the coaching process looks like. So for example, as I said, having a detailed roadmap. Okay, so if a client wants to lose weight, explain to them the first 4 weeks is going to be about building good habits, set them up for success. Then we're going to do a moderate calorie deficit. We're going to strip off all the calorie, we're going to strip off all the body fat. Then we're going to go into our reverse diet, set you up to sustain your results long after that. Okay, so have a detailed roadmap laid out of at least 6 months for them. But again, have a roadmap beyond the coaching program. So for example, if a client comes to me who wants to lose body fat, I'll say, okay, the first 4 weeks we're going to build good habits. They're going to do moderate calorie deficit to strip off all the body fat. Then we're going to reverse diet to set you up to minimize fat gain post diet, to set you up to sustain your fat loss. But then what I recommend after that is going to a muscle building phase, take this body to the next level. Okay. And again, having that laid out for them of what's to come really, really motivates them, inspires them to continue on with the coaching afterwards. Okay. And I have an example here. 4-week pregnant phase, building good habits. 16-week fat loss phase, achieving desired level of condition, and losing on to body fat. 4-week reverse diet to minimize fat gain post diet. Then we're going to a 6-month lean gain. We're going to focus on building lean muscle to take your physique to the next level. So obviously you can tailor that to whatever the client's goals are. But again, having a roadmap laid out like that for 6 to 12 months really makes them understand the process they're in for, how long they're going to be in the coaching for, and again, gets them excited for future goals too, which is very important for keeping them long term. Then, of course, regular communication, touch points throughout the week, at least one other point of contact outside their check-in day. So, for example, if their check-in day is a Sunday, maybe fire a message on Wednesday, hey, John, how's everything going with the plan this week? Again, that makes a massive difference. It shows that you care, and you can also solve any issues you're having midweek. So again, we're not wasting time and getting to the check-in and after losing a few days of progress. Okay? Always pace them, keep them excited for what's to come. Remind them in their check-in what the next phase is, okay, and get them excited for that. A client should never be guessing what's next or where they're at in their journey. A client who is not clear is a client who leaves. So for example, if you're on week 8 with a client and let's say you have been a 16-week fat loss, say first 8 weeks have flown by, we're doing very, very well. Next 8 weeks, we're going to get all the body fat off. Then we're going to our reverse diet, which is going to minimize fat gain post diet. Then we're going to our lean gaining phase to take this body to the next level. Okay, so get them excited for what's to come. Okay, then as well, I'm a massive fan of community, whether it's a Facebook group or a WhatsApp group. When a client feels a part of something, they're a lot less likely to leave. A supportive community makes a massive difference. Whether it's a WhatsApp group, Facebook group, make sure you have something set up for your clients so they're part of it, okay, and be active in that community so they feel part of something. A client who feels part of something and part of a supportive community is a lot less likely to leave. So make sure you have all these things. So as I said, how to keep clients long term, have a clear roadmap in place, okay, for 6 to 12 months, okay, regular communication, touch points throughout the week, always pace them, get them excited for what's to come, remind them what the next stages are, and then having a supportive community as well is massively, massively important. Okay, so now we know exactly how to retain our clients long term. The next thing we're going to speak at is how to sell your current clients into new packages, which is of course going to be made easier when you give an amazing service through things I mentioned above. But I have a strategy which has helped me generate thousands every single month in terms of selling clients into new packages, which we're going to chat you through now. Okay, so obviously there's a picture of me and my client Willie. So obviously the first thing you need to do to obviously get clients to stay long term and sign to new packages, of course, get them to get great service, get them amazing results, so on and so forth. So, but one of the biggest money makers I made in my online coaching business every month was selling my current clients into new longer term packages. A huge mistake coaches make is when to the end of the client's program to try getting to new. The issue with this is, let's say for example, clients in a 16-week program, okay? If you wait to week 16 to get them to resign, their mindset's already gone off the coaching. They think they're finishing up. So it can be very hard to sell them to new packages. Now, of course, if you're future pacing them, you can still maybe do it. But I like to follow a system that I have been using the last few years. And it's made a massive difference. Genuinely crazy. It's led me to make, as I said, a few extra thousand every single month just in selling my current clients into new packages. Okay. The key to this is selling to a new package when their motivation is at its highest and when they're seeing good results. For example, if you have a client in a 12-week package, okay, what I like to do is get them a call on week 5 or 6, as they're usually seeing good results by then at this stage. Or let's say, for example, if it's a 60-week program, I get them on week 12. If it's a 24-week program, so 6-month program, you might get them a call on week 16 or 17. Okay, but whenever the motivation is high and they're still seeing very good results, is when you get them on a call. Okay, on this call, what you're going to do is chat through how well they're doing and future pace them and get them thinking about where they want to be in 6 months' time. You will then give them an irresistible offer to sign up to another long-term package on the call there and then. So for example, let's say for example, I have a client on a 16-week fat loss package. What I would simply do is get them on a call, okay, week 11 or 12. I'll chat through how well the last 11 or 12 weeks have went, okay? What's next for us? So we have 4 weeks left of this diet, okay? Then I get them excited for future goals and basically explain to them what we're going to do next. So I would simply say to them, what we're going to do next, once you get to week 16, is our 4-week reverse diet, and then we're going to a 6-month lean gain to take this physique to the next level. And if you commit to that, the 6 months after these 16 weeks, I promise you, you'll be unrecognizable. So get them really excited for us to come, and then say you're running an offer for 3 of your current clients to sign on to new packages today. If you sign up today, you get 6 months coaching for X price rather than X price. So for example, my 6-month program is usually €1,200. If you sign up on the call today, you will get it for €1,000. So you're giving them an irresistible offer. You're already after building up trust with them through the last however long you are coaching them. You're getting them excited for future goals and then give them an offer to re-sign to another package for a discounted price. 9 times out of 10 with me, I've never failed at this. Because again, when you have good trust built up with a client, you give them amazing service, they're seeing great results, you get them on a call, chat through how well they're doing, okay, get them excited for future goals, and let you give them a roadmap of exactly what's to come. They will 9 times out of 10 sign up. So what I would do, and I would get in the habit of with all your clients who sign up for packages, is roughly halfway through the package, okay, get them on a call when their motivation is high and they're seeing good results, okay, and then, as I said, chat through how well they're doing, get them excited for future goals, and give them an irresistible offer to sign up to another long-term package there and then. What this does, it increases cash flow massively in your business. You get a better results with those clients as well, okay? Because again, if you wait till week 16 or whatever week it is to get them to the room, once the final week of their package, their mindset may be gone off to coaching already. So I would much rather lock them in a few weeks before they finish their package, okay, and give them an offer to resign rather than run the risk of losing that client, okay? So if you're a coach, I cannot stress that enough. Get all your current clients a few weeks before they finish their package onto milestone calls, I like to call them, chat through how well they're doing, get them excited for what's to come, okay, and give them an irresistible offer to resign again. So, for example, if you had a client that has 16-week package, as I mentioned, you could give them an offer to sign up for 16 weeks again, but get 4 weeks free. In my experience, though, people much prefer getting money off, so I'd usually do that, but that's another thing you could do. But just make sure whenever you get a client in a package, set a reminder, okay, put it in your calendar to get them on a call a few weeks before they finish their package when they're seeing good results and their motivation is high, okay, and chat through what they're doing, get them excited for future goals, and give them an irresistible offer to re-sign again. As I said, it's going to massively increase cash flow in your business. You're going to keep clients longer, okay, and also get better results with them. And again, as I said, if you wait till the end of the package, when their motivation maybe starts to dip because they think they're finishing up, it's much more hard to sell them. Okay, so again, make sure you do that. But now, however, what I would say, if a client isn't doing too well, I wouldn't try to sell this call. So let's say, for example, the plan hasn't been going to plan. Okay, they're not maybe sticking to it, not seeing the best results. Okay, I would use this call instead of selling, rather to solve any issues they are facing and help them reset and refocus. And then in a few weeks' time, when they are improving, we can maybe trial the milestone call with them again. Okay, but make sure you are doing that. Even in general, with your monthly rolling clients, I'd recommend calls every 8 weeks minimum, just to make sure they're happy, they're progressing well, and they stay with you on a good monthly retainer every single month. So that's exactly how you sell your clients to new packages. It's called a milestone call. A few weeks before your client finishes the package, get them on a call, chat through how well they're doing, okay? Get them excited for future goals and give them an irresistible offer to re-sign there and then on the call, and you take the payment on the call. So say it's only an offer for this week, okay, because you want to work with them long term. Okay, you're only picking up your best 3 clients. Okay, so that's how to set our current clients to the new packages. Okay, after that, then what we want to chat through is how to get your clients to make money for you by sending you referrals. Okay, referrals are one of the easiest ways to grow your coaching business, because when someone comes as a referral, they already have a lot of trust built up in you, because again, their friend told them how great you are already. So again, there's trust built up as well. Okay, and they'll often very often sign up. Okay, 9 times 10 they'll sign up when it comes to referral, in my experience anyway. But what a lot of coaches do, they don't give their clients a proper referral incentive, or don't have a referral scheme in place, or have a system to it. Okay, so here's an example. Literally only about a week or 2 ago, our client Mark, who's in a mentorship now, sent us a client. Okay, because again, he knew our referral scheme. I think he sent us 3 mentorship clients at this stage now, because again, we give him a great service. He's achieved amazing results himself, but I also made him aware of the referral scheme we had in place, and I gave him a proper incentive. Okay, so again, as I said, your current clients are one of the easiest and best ways to grow your business. I recommend, and this is a system I have in place with my coaching, is whenever you get a new client into your business, when they get to weeks 3 or 4, they're seeing good results, they know what the program's all about, you're going to send them a referral scheme message and offer them a proper incentive. What you're going to do is you're going to send 2 separate messages. Now, if you want this message, DM me on Instagram with the word referral and I'll send it over. One explaining the referral scheme message and the reward they will get, okay? And another message for them to forward on to people they know. So you send them on WhatsApp. Okay, the first message will be like, hey, John, I'm delighted to announce I'm starting a referral scheme for some of my best clients. If you know 3 people who would benefit massively from my coaching, if you could forward on the message below, I'd massively appreciate it. For every client you send to me and who signs up, you'll receive X amount of money. So it could be €100 cash or even a month's free coaching. Okay, and then say I'll attach the message below. Okay, and then the second message will be like, hey, you're receiving this message because a client of mine thinks you'd be a great fit for my coaching program. My coaching program is a 16-week program designed to help you lose body fat, build muscle, gain confidence, whatever your big 3 are. If you're interested, I'm going to attach my Instagram below so you can have a look at my profile and send me a DM with the word coaching and I'll get back to you. Okay, I get clients every month from that as well, and it massively works. So again, what you need to do for your clients for referrals is, of course, ensure you're giving them amazing service, they're getting good results, but then also on weeks 3 or 4, okay, send them a message, okay, explaining the referral scheme to them, the incentive they're going to be getting, and then in the second message, you're going to give them a message to forward on to everybody they know on WhatsApp who they think would be a good fit for your coaching. And there's going to be a link to your Instagram at the end, so they can click the link on the Instagram, see your page, see your results, see what you're about, and then send you a DM to inquire for coaching. Massively beneficial, and so many coaches sleep on it. Referrals are one of the easiest ways to grow your business. Okay, so again, as I said, getting clients to sell for you for the first step is referrals. Okay, then another thing that's great to get your clients to do, which is going to help you sell, is encourage your current clients to tag you on stories when they're in the gym, of their meal prep, etc. This is a great way to get exposed to their audience, because if one of their friends see them in the gym tagging you, their coach, and their friends seeing them get better results, in better shape, like, wow, I want a piece of that too. So again, encouraging your clients to tag you in stories with their food, their meals, whatever they are, you're in the gym, whatever it may be, okay, is a great way to get exposed to their audience. You'll get new followers from it as well. You'll get inquiries from it. So again, always encourage your current clients to tag you in stories, okay, whether in the gym, doing the nutrition plan, even updates of your check-in, whatever it may be, just get them to tag you as often as they can so you get exposed to their audience, okay? Then as well, a big recommendation I have is when you post client wins, definitely transformation. When you post a transformation, I actually recommend collaborating with that person, because again, that transformation is going to be get exposed to their audience. Now, of course, make sure it's okay with the client first, okay? But even in general, when you're sharing client wins in your story, I tag the client in it and encourage them to reshare it too, because again, it's getting exposed to their audience, their friends, and the people in their network are seeing how well they're doing with your coaching program, and they can often follow you, inquire with you, so on, so forth. Okay, so whether you're doing a client transformation, I recommend to collaborate with the person, okay? When you share client wins in your story in general, whether it's a WhatsApp message, even a graph of their weight loss so far, and you're sharing all amazing work with my client, Mary, tag Mary in it, again, and if she reshares that, then it's going to expose to her audience as well. Okay. Also, as well, following people from your current clients' followers is a great idea. They will see their friend follows you, also see you're a coach, and could potentially sign up down the line. Okay, it's a great way to grow your following as well, and also get people who are potentially interested in your coaching down the line. So in terms of making money from your current clients, the first thing to do is make sure you have milestone calls set up with them a few weeks before they finish the plan, where you chat through how well they're doing, get them insight of future goals, and give them an irresistible offer to resign. The second thing then is asking them for referrals through the system I mentioned there, by sending a message explaining the referral scheme, okay, giving them proper incentive. And the second message then, a message for them to forward on to all the people they know who would potentially be good fit for your coaching, explain what your coaching entails, would link to your Instagram so they can easily click it and inquire with you if they'd like to. And then after that, the next thing is obviously making sure that you are utilize your clients correctly in terms of when you're sharing client wins. When you share a client win, tag the client. Okay, because again, you get exposed to their audience, encourage them to tag you in stories, because again, you get exposed to their audience, okay? And then also as well, going into your current clients' followers and following people from there who fit your ideal customer, okay, who fit your avatar is very, very important too, because again, they'll see their friend follows you, they'll see your coach and will very much likely follow you back then as well. And then start watching your content and be like, wow, I want to sign up too, okay? So that's exactly to make money from your clients, and also in terms of reselling them, referrals, and also getting exposed to their audience. So make sure you implement all of them. Okay, so a lot to take in there today. Okay, but again, some action items go from 0 to 10K per month in the next 90 to 180 days. Of course, it's depending on the level of effort you're going to put in. We've had clients achieve it by 90 days. We had some clients take 180 days. It all depends on the level of commitment you bring. Okay, but with our mentorship, we literally have it done for you mentorship, so we build out everything for you. But again, depending on your level of commitment, I think it's very realistic to get there 90 to 100 days, whether you're starting from 0 or starting from 2K, 3K per month, whatever it may be, very realistic within 90 to 180 days. Okay, so step one, as well, that's an example of our client Molly, who had 10K per month there only last month. Okay, identify who we're going to work with and why. Okay, that's the first step. As intro started training, use the AI tool that I attached to find out everything you need to know about them. Create your world-class offer, price your services correctly, and then of course, as your demand starts to grow, your reputation starts to grow, your close rates high, increase those prices. Set up your Instagram profile for success. Okay, create 1 to 2 weeks worth of content based off the notes and examples given. One of the biggest mistakes coaches make is their inconsistent work content. What I recommend to do is plan out at least a week or two of content and then batch record it. So pick one day a week. You're going to get at least a week's worth of content so you don't miss a day. Okay, follow the weekly content schedule to a T. Start posting 5-6 times a day on your Instagram stories. Start sending 20 DMs a day to people who you haven't spoken before. People like your posts, view your stories, okay, engage in your polls, like your results, whatever it may be, following the message scripts I went through above. Send a DM to everyone who engaged with your page using the scripts, okay, as we mentioned there. Set up Zoom for hosting sales calls, okay. Free version gives you 40 minutes, which to be fair, most coaching calls won't take you more than 40 minutes, okay, so the free version is completely fine. Set up a calendar for booking people in for sales calls, and also send reminders. I recommend Calendly for that. Follow the sales rules provided when you get calls booked in. Learn the the sales script, and adjust it to suit you. Okay. Learn how to overcome each objection. Okay, with the scripts provided. Okay. Watch the videos how to get your clients set up in Kahunas to make sure you're giving them a great service. Okay. Learn how to set up presentations, onboard, conduct checks, and get results. So you get results to build up your reputation. You keep clients long term. Learn how to resign your clients. Learn how to get clients to sell for you. Okay, and you'll be in a very good position. And as I said, in my opinion, if you do all that correctly, okay, with 90 to 180 days, you could very well have an online coaching business earning 10,000 euros per month. Okay. Now, non-negotiables: 3 to 5 education per week, 2 call to actions, as mentioned, that direct and indirect, Monday and Thursdays, direct Monday, indirect Thursday. Send at least 20 new DMs per day. Okay, again, starting conversations. You don't make money unless you make offers. Okay, so make sure you're sending 20 DMs per day, and you can actually slowly escalate this as your following starts to grow and you get more comfortable with it. Have great client communication. Okay, so you get great results. They stay long term, send you referrals, so on and so forth. Okay, and again, if you do all these things, you will build an online coach's business to 10K. I'm not going to say exactly how long it will take. As I said, some of our clients went from 0 to 10K within 98 days, some took 180 days. It all depends on the level of commitment you're going to do and your ability to follow a step-by-step game plan like this. But what I would say is we customize it for you within our mentorship to guarantee success. So as I said here, I've given you literally everything you need to get to 10K per month and beyond. Literally everything, step by step. It's just up to you now to take action, and the results are inevitable. I promise you that. There's never, ever, ever been someone in this world, right, who had a proper strategy in place, worked hard, and was consistent and not got to their goal. Okay, so genuinely follow that game plan, and you're going to get there eventually. I promise you that. Now you have two paths to choose from here. Okay. One, you can implement it all yourself and you'll start seeing results. Definitely. May take you longer than what you get if you were to follow and have accountability for someone like myself. But again, you'll definitely get results if you implement all this and you've discipline to keep going with it. Okay. Or two, you can apply for a one-to-one mentorship where we'll build out a customized strategy for you. We'll completely tailor everything to you, holding your hand the entire way, using a proven strategy that countless coaches have followed to go from little to no income to now earning over 10K per month in just a few months. Okay, skipping the trial and error that comes against 10K per month, making the journey enjoyable. We only work with a handful of coaches every month due to our one-to-one nature. Our mentorship is a lot different to others. I'm not sure if many of you have been in mentorships before, but again, with ours, it's fully one-to-one. Okay, we do everything for you, which every step of the way. It's constant support. Okay, it's not a group mentorship. We don't agree with that. I want to get the best results possible, and for that, it requires one-to-one support. So again, we can't take on 2 clients a month, take on too many clients a month. So if you are serious about growing your business 10K per month in 2025, make sure to inquire as quickly as you possibly can. We'd love to help you if you're a good fit. Okay, but again, there's a link to apply down below here. So just click that link if you want to apply. And again, you'll have a call with myself in a no pressure sales environment. We'll go over your current situation. I'll give you a detailed strategy for you based on where you're at to get to 10K per month. And again, we set up everything for you. We build it out for you. Okay, and all you have to do is follow it step by step and you're going to get there. But again, I hope you took value from this training. If you have any questions for me based on any of it, as I said, my Instagram is Darragh O'Leary _ It's linked at the top of this training. Send me a DM there and we can have a conversation. But again, implement all this and I have no doubt you will get your business to earn 10K per month in 2025. Best of luck with everything.